Hey, what's up, NUVSA? This is Basics. I'm joined here on the first rendition of the Crunch Time podcast by my co-hosts.
Kim.
Drippin' J.
Jabril.
It's your boy Dislike, man. What a game from the Nehemiah and Duncanville game that for me that was today. They came back from 18-0. Jabril, how do you feel about that, my boy? The 18-0 like.
Listen, going into it, bro, we felt like they wasn't better than us and that we was playing down to our comp. So when we went down 18-0, it was okay shocking because my defense, they don't let up points for real. Like all the scrimmages, the preseason game we played, like we ain't let up more than I think 7 points to any team in this league, bro. So 18 in the first quarter was like wow. But hey, we rallied. They didn't score a single point on us from the second quarter on. And we ended up winning at 22-20? Yeah.
What do you feel like was the problem? Like the main problem in that first half? Like what was going on?
I feel like,
team, man.
like I said, I just feel like they wasn't like locked in for it. I don't know what it was. Like we had them on a third and 39, and they scored off of it because everybody decided to dive for a PBU even though they wasn't in range. It was just a whole bunch of our mistakes that led to it. So that's why I wasn't really tweaking at the scoreboard because I was like, bro, we can come back from this shit. Like, they're not better than us. You know what I'm saying?
You know where I was seeing that a lot happen too? Like another team that was doing that was Calhoun during the Southwood game.
Yep.
I feel like they was missing a lot of their PBUs too because I seen them talking about it a lot in the chat. Another good game. To me, it was a good game. It was competitive, although the score might not have looked like it was competitive, but it was a point where they were holding Southwood most definitely. I'm not going to lie. Craziest game was the IMG game. We got Cam here, the wide receiver one.
How you feeling?
My boy?
I don't know how we lose. I feel like we just got too cocky. We started playing around. You feel me? J-Man, you know I love you, but come on, bro.
Yo, hey, Cam, I got a question.
No, let me tell y'all what happened, though. I'm going to tell you how this all happened. So, our coach, flipping, he be flipping on everybody. He been called wilding. Or he screaming. He like, J-Man, get set. J-Man, get down. J-Man start running around, doing extra stuff he don't need to do. And they try to blame me for saying, pass me the ball. I ain't gonna lie, I was being cocky. I wanted the ball. But, you know what I mean? But at the end, I was telling him, just get sacked. That's his fault.
Nah, basically.
Hold on. Let's not forget, Get Clap goes AFK. He could have made a tackle.
That kid get clapped. You got issues.
Wait, so my thing is, your coach and you guys all, like, before the play started, decided that it was going to be, like, a sack or you guys were going to need it or something, and J-Man didn't do that?
No, our coaches wanted us to just nail it. But, me and J-Man, I ain't gonna lie, I had some parts in it, too. I'm like, yo, J-Man, give me the ball. And that happened.
So you had the win, and then you guys got a little too excited.
Look, we was right there. I feel like we could have scored. We should have been scored, though. They told me not to score when I caught the first pass. I don't know why. I could have scored.
No.
Can we talk about that boy Dodge, though? Hey, not even to like, bro. Hey, coming into this game, after the combine that we had, the NUVSA combine, HSFL combine, not combine, the camp, my fault, the Rivals camp. Hey, he was a 1.5 star receiver and linebacker, top 5 in both of his respective positions, and he's the one who got that 90-yard pick 6. So I feel like props need to go out to him for, maintaining his level of rating. Because there's a lot of people after this week 1 that did not play to their rating. A lot of overrated players, I should say so.
Nah, that's true. I agree.
Yeah,
So,
you're not lying.
So summer week 1, how do y'all feel about our upcoming weekend? The games coming up?
Look at the schedule.
I gotta look at the schedule again. Hold on.
I'm thinking.
I got.
My team, Calhoun. We gotta get back. It's only right.
Duncanville at Calhoun, Southwood at Richmond, and Nehemiah at IMG.
I'm not gonna lie. Although Duncanville set back with, and we'll touch that topic later on in the segment with the whole Zion scandal and what's going on. I ain't gonna lie. What's up with the side bets for Duncanville winning the game though? Cause I feel like I got Duncanville winning.
Duncanville not there. Like
Duncanville's not winning, and I'll stamp that.
I ain't gonna lie. No offense, Key. No offense, my boy, but I ain't gonna lie. You haven't been looking hot. I'm not going. Y'all haven't been doing much to wow nobody. Like, I don't know. I gotta see more. I definitely gotta see more from Calhoun.
Hey, listen, me personally, from what I don't know if y'all be in NVSA HSFL chat, but a lot of the Duncanville like inner turmoil comes from Zion. I saw Zion in chat calling his own quarterback ass, calling all his players this, calling all his players that. So I feel like with Zion out the equation, that might help the team rather than hurt the team. In my opinion.
Rather than hurt the team. I ain't gonna lie. There's been a lot of speculations of people saying, I don't know, with the new situation, with everything going on with Zion and him leaving, that there might be a number of players leaving, but I don't see players leaving. I don't think players believe, especially with like how Zion was playing, coming toward his team. He's not active. They want to scrim. He's not scrimming. I don't think that no one would leave because I feel like if anything, it's just a blessing. If I was in that situation, I'd be blessed.
Yep. I'd be happy as hell too.
Honestly, though, my thing is that that's still like some crazy adjustment you got to make. And going into like this upcoming week, especially with all the scandals surrounding Zion leaving and just acting the way he acts, I think something we got to think about is that these players now have a chip that they got to play with on their shoulder, got to prove that, you know, they're that team even without Zion. So I think like coming into this game, there's going to be a lot of pressure on them, and it's going to be interesting to see if they can actually pull through.
Nah, most definitely.
I agree with you for sure.
Hey, just to use a IRL example, the Carolina Panthers IRL, they wasn't doing too hot to start their season, and they fired their head coach because apparently the head coach was causing some problems. And their interim head coach, they finished the season pretty hot. I think they finished the season like with a winning record type shit.
Yeah,
I think they finished 8-9, but they started off the season like I don't know, like 2-4 or something like that. So just as an example, like it's gonna be an adjustment, but I feel like overall, I feel like when you buy into the coach that you have on your team, you're gonna do what you got to do regardless.
Yeah,
it's mainly just
I feel like that shit just needed to happen. Like just the complaints were just getting too hard. Like I feel like that team just needs to move on from Zion. Zion was not for that team. He's more for his own personal benefits. But
another team that might be going through a little bit for me going into the next week, I'd probably say, in my opinion, take this how you want, but IMG, I ain't gonna lie, that first week is you didn't expect IMG to lose that game at all. I didn't expect it
especially
myself.
after that preseason game. Like, I thought y'all was gonna go crazy.
I thought they was gonna have something rolling for me going crazy, but it's like I ain't gonna lie, IMG. Off their preseason game, you could see like they could work together as a team. A lot of people say it looked like Cam versus the whole team for me, but in my opinion, I feel like they had everything firing on all cylinders, along with the defense getting fumbles. I think IMG has a heavy hitting team. They run with a lot of big guys. Can I
touch on that? So look, like I said, I feel like this loss really like shaped the team because the loss can either make or break you. But I feel like this loss like low key humbled them. I ain't think I'm honestly true say I don't think they're gonna play the same team they played last week. Like I feel like now they're more locked in as a team, knowing like they can't take no team like not like serious and stuff. Like they gotta take every team serious like they were doing like preseason. I feel like they're gonna be a really good team, especially with the division they got with Calhoun and Richmond in the division. If I'm correct, they're gonna go crazy. I feel like that one loss is week one. Like week one always gonna decide what your team is. But I feel like now they're more locked in and.
All right. So how about this? I'll take everybody votes in the room. Nehemiah, IMG. Where y'all going?
Hey, you know where I stand. I'm the whole defensive coordinator, bro.
Skip him.
My thing is like, do I give my 2 cents too?
Go ahead.
Yeah, you could get your
Go ahead.
My thing is like, we're talking about Nehemiah, Duncanville. Like these are some of the. Well, let's think about Duncanville alone first. For example, preseason, Duncanville was probably arguably the best team. Arguably,
most
based on their scrimmages, whatever. And we're talking about Nehemiah that I'm thinking a lot of people probably slept on. I slept on them personally. And we're talking about a team that just got done by Nehemiah. And this is Duncanville we're talking about, by the way. So now coming into this next game with IMG off a loss and having like such a close game against Richmond that I would argue that Nehemiah is better than, I would say I'm putting Nehemiah in.
All right, P, where you going with this one?
Can I touch on that real quick?
Yeah.
I feel like an underrated aspect is Richmond's defense. They get a lot of people not going to say per se to play down to their level, but they defense can hold a lot of teams. Like Nehemiah, we beat them in our preseason game, but we beat them 2-0. Like we won off a safety by Despire K, my boy. Like he got a safety to win the game.
He's not lying about that because I was there for that game. I remember that.
We beat them 2-0 off a game-winning safety, and then we come back and we see Richmond. They was down, I think 6-8. Like the fact that only one touchdown was put up by both teams, I feel like Richmond's defense is an underrated aspect that not a lot of people are talking about.
That is very true.
That's true.
All right, so Ken, go ahead. Ken, what you actually you know what Ken. We know where Ken going.
Key, where you going? Nah, we skipped over Key.
Yeah, my fault. Key, go ahead.
Me personally, I feel like IMG is gonna take this dub. Just because I mean I played with this team before and I know that I know what J-Man can do. And me personally, I've seen them play and Cam is not the only one. And they got Sweet, they got Level. They have a nice wide receiver core, so I feel like J-Man is gonna get the job done. Nehemiah, they got a lot of youngins on that team. So.
Nah, but Sweet was a recent pickup, right?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, that was a good pickup. And they got Level DTM, you said?
Yeah.
Level DTM, most definitely he's one of he could be a potential playmaker. Scouted in many different leagues. I'm not gonna lie. I used to play with my boy back in the day, the little Pop Warner. He was tough. So I want to see what he got going on, most definitely. But yeah, Sweet was definitely a good pickup. I could never lie. That was great. I ain't gonna lie, especially for the Nehemiah game. That they need Sweet and Level more than ever. So now they're gonna have more than just Cam.
I think they still have Prince on the team too, and I feel like I know Prince, and he's gonna have a great game coming up next week.
So sure. Next is shit. Do we even want to take this Cam nigga?
Yeah, we need to.
I mean, we know.
Do we even gotta hear this Cam nigga opinion?
We know where it can go.
We know where he going.
No, we don't. Y'all know.
All right. So who you feel like we gonna win?
I ain't gonna lie.
He about to say some cap shit.
I just watched their game against Duncanville.
I
don't think they all that at all. I feel like my team, IMG, defense you let up 18 points. 18 points in the first half.
I ain't gonna lie, 18 points again, and like letting up 18 points from IMG is crazy though. Like,
hey, at the same time though, it was 18 in the first, and they ain't scored a single.
Not IMG, Duncanville.
Yeah, my fault. I meant Duncanville.
Duncanville ain't scored a single point in 3 quarters. Only point they scored in the second half was off a safety by Rain when he intentional grounding.
He not lying.
But let's really talk about it though. Like for me, Duncanville, they didn't touch their scripts not one time. They coasted and get no scrim, so they just came to the game without touching the script. They scored 18 points the first half. IMG, we've been scrimmaging.
They came off I ain't gonna lie, they came out the gates punching on y'all niggas. Y'all thought they was sweet. I ain't gonna lie. He has a point. He has a point.
Listen, I be seeing Nehemiah at the field every time. Like every day I'll be at the field. Duncanville, basically, we just touched up on that subject. Duncanville barely be playing due to Zion in his little situation. So it's crazy how, in my eyes, how they scored 18 and Nehemiah, the team that been practicing, like putting that work in the most. You know what I'm saying? But
I feel you on that, which leads into taking shit for granted, like not playing up to your competition, like not playing up to how you should be playing, I should say. Like I said, once we locked in with the way that we know we can play instead of playing down to comp and not playing 100%, they didn't score a single point, and it was a 22-point comeback. So
most definitely.
I just hope your DBs is ready.
My DB's been ready since our scrimmages against each other.
I hope.
Ooh.
Little tension.
I see a little tension. What's up?
What? Yo, all I'm saying is, bro. Well, actually, we didn't even hear Jay's opinion on the game. Jay, give me your opinion.
All right, so boom. You feel me? I feel the tension in this room, but like I'm about the underdogs. You feel me? Like realistically speaking, Nehemiah is a team that everybody would go for because they're a more organized team and they've been putting in that work. But IMG, just something about IMG, like it give off like they that team, but I really haven't seen them locked in recently. But if they're locked in, I really feel like IMG's gonna take that up. No offense to Nehemiah, but I really feel like if Nehemiah locks in, they're gonna take that dub. But realistically speaking, Nehemiah is winning. But I have IMG right now in my books.
But like,
Cam, how do you feel that he said
I need that mic back.
realistically?
I need that mic back.
Go ahead, Cam.
Jabril, who on your DB car is guarding you? Let's be real.
Oh, that is good.
Yo.
No.
If we keep it in being SRT, I'm just saying. Look,
Listen.
I ain't gonna lie. Look.
Say name 5 names right now. Dolo locking you up just like he did in our scrimmages. SRT could lock you up.
Oh no.
PH2 could lock you up. My boy Ski, niggas be sleeping on Ski. Ski's locking you up.
Don't even believe that himself.
Oh, PH2, you can ask him right now. He'll say he lock you up.
No, he won't. I asked him this already.
All right, so clearly off the exchange that Cam and Jabril had, I think we already heard where Jabril is coming from and what he's voting for and how he feel the game is gonna go. So I'm gonna just go to me because I don't want to hear.
Wait, hold on, Deucey. No, this is no. So Jabril, I got a question for you. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on Cam as a player?
I think Cam tough. You can ask Cam. Me and Cam go way back in season 1 HSFL. You know what I'm saying? Been played together. I think he tough. But at the same time, I'm ride for my defense regardless.
So
I know who my DBs is, and I know who gonna do the job.
Yo, this must be how it feel when you in a big league, bro, and you know your team ass, and it's like you don't want to say your team ass because somebody has to know that they're gonna lose. I know one guy know y'all.
No, I got a question.
So you say IMG ass? So you say IMG ass?
I got a question.
You just heard what I said. I said I know one of them know they finna lose. I don't know who finna lose.
Jabril, no.
Hey,
Bro,
I feel like neither of us know we finna lose because at the same time, nobody gonna sit here and be like, "Oh, my team gonna go into this losing." Everybody gonna believe in this team.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Jabril. I got a question though. Is your team taking Cam as a threat?
I take everybody as a threat. Me personally as a coach. Now my players.
But is your team doing something special? Is your team doing something special for Cam? Are they doing special film, special work?
I'm not changing my scheme for Cam. No, nah. I play the same coverages. I always play same formation.
Damn, he said
you're right. He said you're right.
He's not worried about you.
He said you are not a threat.
It ain't even to say Cam is ass. I just feel like scheming over one player gonna leave somebody else to have a good game. Let's say I fiend on Cam too much. Now Prince running for 200. Let's say I fiend on Cam too much, and now they wide receiver. I'm not disrespecting their roster. I just don't know like who on IMG roster. They wide receiver 2 go for 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. I just guard whoever out there. It ain't even to say people's ass this, people's ass that. I just scheme for the whole team and not for a specific player.
I just hope your deeps is awake.
Okay. Little testy.
Little tested in here.
Crazy. Spicy.
All right, I'm gonna keep it a bean. All right, look. So this is where I'm going. I don't know, like you feel me, because I got some guys over at Nehemiah, feel me, but I got some guys at IMG. I don't got no guys for real. I fuck with they coach. They coach cool. I'm not ever leaving Southwood, but if I was to leave, I'd probably go to IMG. I fuck with they camp. They camp is I don't know too many of them, but I fuck with their energy. They give off that dog. Like it might be the Cam influence that he has, but they definitely give off that dog on that team. Like everybody's hungry for sure. So it's like you don't know where you gonna go with the game, but what I do know is I don't know. If you coming down to a team game, team sport, you feel me? Who's gonna win off of teamwork? You gotta go Nehemiah, right? Because Nehemiah is probably the ideal team of the league. When you think of teamwork, you think of Nehemiah. I feel like everybody can agree on that because the chemistry that Nehemiah builds with their team, especially during the off season, while everybody's been looking like. They're always at the field. They're always scrimmaging, practicing. They have more practices within their team than they do scrimmages. For me, so it's like I don't know where it could go. Like, but I probably like coming down to the nitty gritty, bro. I'm probably gonna go IMG. But this is why I say this. at the end of the day, you could have it could come down to a lot of teamwork, but if it's really whoever's gonna be hungrier. That's just all it is to me. That's how I see. That's what it's been looking like in the league. It's just whoever's hungry. We seen what happened with.
Nah, hold on. Sorry to cut you off. Sorry to cut you off. Yo, why you just laugh at Jabril, Kim? Now, why you just point and laugh at Jabril? Now, what's up?
He said something.
Nah, what's going on? Nah, what's going on? Like, yo.
We know the real. That's all I'm gonna say. We know the real.
Yo, listen. We had cut for commercial break, but we'll be back in a few.
What's up, NUV? Just say welcome back to Crunch Time. Apologies for the little commercial break there, but now we got a little hot topic to talk about: Southwood versus Richmond. What do you guys think?
Man, Richmond, Southwood. Honestly, bro, like I'm Southwood, so I can't really start this topic. So I'm gonna slide this to Jabril real quick.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm just gonna hold my tongue and I'm gonna watch everybody.
I'm gonna hold my tongue. Yeah,
I'm gonna watch everybody.
I'm gonna say Southwood is a talented team. Like, I got basics to the right of me. He knows how to play quarterback. He knows the ins and out of this league. He knows the ins and out of defense. You feel me? He's gonna get the job done. Southwood is a talented team.
All right,
Lush, bro.
I just think it goes off experience. I feel like Southwood got more experience than Richmond. They got a lot of young bucks on that team, and I feel like if it really get down to it, they're not gonna know what to do. I mean, that week 1 win, it was a great win for them, but if they got ended off like that to win, I don't think they'd be able to beat Southwood. So I got Southwood.
What do you think the score is going to be, Cam?
Yo,
I
ain't gonna lie. We might have to open our own little betting thing.
It's gonna be. I ain't gonna lie.
That's a little word.
Because like shit, yeah.
All I'm gonna say is Southwood needs to get their DBs right, because to be honest, I was running straight. Me personally, I was cooking their defense. But I mean, that's just my opinion. You feel me?
I got a lot of homeboys on Southwood, bro. You know what I'm saying? Fuck with that team, fuck with that organization. My boy Lux, coach over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people on that team that I mess with. I'm taking Southwood, but I wouldn't be surprised if Richmond won it. In my opinion, I feel like Southwood should easily win this game, but I feel like Richmond is also a little bit of an underdog, you know what I'm saying? Because Southwood has a lot of talent, but I feel like if stuff don't go their way early, it can spiral out of control. Because there's, so a lot of people on that team, some hotheads on that team, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say no names. There's some hotheads on the Southwood roster that if, let's say, Richmond gets up to a quick little, say like a 10-0 lead, that VC gonna be hot. And I don't think people gonna be able to focus on the game when it's damn near a pack session mid-game, you know what I'm saying? So I got Southwood, but I would not be surprised if Richmond pulls this game out.
I got my thing, obviously, I'm on the team. I can't really say too much. My thing is that as long as, in my opinion, that Southwood plays Southwood's game, it's fine. It's over for Richmond. But I agree that it's so easy, especially in this league, if you don't make the right play or make the right decision at one time, that you can easily lose the game off of one decision. Yeah. I mean, we saw that even with IMG when J-Man made the decision not to take the sack. It's literally one decision and your game is over. So I definitely agree. It could go either way.
Yep.
Shit, Jabril.
I
already gave my little 2 cents last. If I got to give a score, let's say, all right, I'm gonna do it. So Richmond, I feel like Richmond gonna be the first team on the board, but after that, Southwood gonna lock in. And Richmond not gonna go score another point the whole rest of the game. My final prediction is 24-7.
Word. Hey, Gangsta, I'm from Southwood, so I'm not gonna say too much either. Just like Basic said, but
yeah,
I feel like I'm not really too. I don't know, but I just don't feel pressured at all. I don't it's like I know I play these niggas, but I don't want to sound like a dick, yo. All right, hold on.
He goes, I'm not gonna say too much. I'm on the team, but where the pressure at? Where the pressure at?
Nah, for real.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Do you feel like that type of mentality could lose to y'all getting upset? Like y'all not taking
Nah,
Richmond as a
I
serious
ain't gonna
threat and they
lie.
couldn't like surprise y'all type
Nah,
shit.
look, I believe in upsets all the time. I know upsets are always going like there's always a possibility that it's gonna happen. But it's like
Mhm.
I don't really carry like sometimes I might be like I might have confidence in my team, but not confidence in like the confidence I had for this game. I was more worried about the Calhoun game than I am about Richmond. That's
The
just all.
Calhoun Priest game?
Yeah, like
Oh,
I was more for me like that's more their lane. For me, we're not their lane. That's just all.
I understand that.
I'm not
I
gonna say
understand
too
that.
much, but
I can understand that. I just feel like
Yeah.
I feel like that could somehow come back and bite y'all in a way. Like let's say your
Man,
team doesn't
shit.
come and play 100% because you're like, man, it's just Richmond. Like you walk in the game with it's just Richmond. We gonna get a
Hell
quick little
nah.
hour goal and
Hell
leave.
no,
You
I definitely play. I play how I play with everybody. I play Richmond wide receivers like I'm playing against Cam. No, like you feel me? That's
okay?
how I play regardless. But I'm just saying, not in my mind, I don't think that we should lose the game because I know how my team is. We're always on our A game. Even though sometimes this shit might fuck up, but we gonna catch on to it quick, regardless.
Okay,
We know how
Speaking
to
of,
adapt in that water for sure.
speaking of Southwood, we got a call from the head coach, Coach Lux.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
It was good, coach.
hang on, he didn't pick up yet.
Oh. Damn, nigga.
Where is he?
I'll pick up this phone.
Yo, he not gonna.
Hello?
Yo.
Yeah. Yo, what's going on, y'all?
What's going on,
Yeah.
coach?
Coach.
What's
Look,
going on, man? How's
Coach.
everybody doing tonight on a lovely Sunday?
Good
yeah,
Lexington.
great.
Chilling, man. Shit, niggas call you. We giving our opinions on the game that we got next week, coach. What's up? How you feeling? How you feel about the game?
Honestly, feeling, I feel like my team is highly prepared on the senses of mentality and knowing their goal and knowing the game plan. As far as this week, we know what we have to work on. As far as us to do better as an offense. And as far as what I know is what I see that teams picked up on us is our passing game. But they're going to be a rude awakening with a lot of weapons we have all over the ball. So I just want teams to
Hey, they're not
understand
ready,
that.
coach. Hey, coach, they're not
I just
ready,
want teams
coach.
to understand that this is just more than just self for football. We got a lot of things coming out the jack in the box. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey,
Wow.
coach, I got a question for you. Have you started watching film on Richmond or game planning for them, or do you feel like they're not really worth that type of attention? You could just go in, keep your same scheme, and
Honestly,
go.
I don't want to underestimate no team because I don't want nobody to underestimate my team. So I'm going the game just like any other game. As far as my players on any mindset on they have on and how they feel about the team, that's on them. But at the end of the day, they know the assignment. So that's all that matters to me.
Me personally, Coach Lux, I feel like you need to get your DBs and your safeties right because the way I torched them last week,
Yo,
But did you score though?
I scored most
score?
definitely. I scored most
Let's pull
definitely.
up key social media.
Not the last, not the
yo,
not for the
I
last.
ain't gonna lie.
last game.
Can we pull up? Can we pull up some highlights, please? Like,
I mean,
Jesus,
the way
like,
torching
yo,
that defense.
Listen, I got key stats put up. He had 3 catches for 102 yards and a touchdown.
That's great stat. And
I mean, wait, say that one more time.
Let me hold up. My site closed out. Give me a quick second, bro.
I mean, those were all right stats.
That is my
like,
stats
yeah.
online. Hardest to
Yeah.
navigate through. Right?
those are great stats.
Yo,
Yeah,
by the way,
all
shout out. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Not this podcast is brought to you by KSW Sports and also My Stats Online. Y'all go check My Stats Online. It's updated almost, I won't say every day, but every like 2-3 days after a game, maybe.
Yeah.
Depending on how quick they want to do that. But yeah, for me, if you want to see all the stats, rankings, all of that is on there. So y'all go check out My Stats Online for sure.
I think we have another caller coming in from Richmond. The head coach, Coach Cap Thompson.
Give him a second.
Damn, everybody don't want to pick up the phone.
Why are they not picking up?
That's what I'm saying.
People too hungry to
Yo, coach, turn it down. Turn it down, coach.
This the assistant. You need Coach Cap?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, bro.
Let me get it right quick.
that boy.
Yo, what's up? What happened? How we doing? What we doing?
Coach Cap, what's going on,
Coach
man?
Cap? What's up? How y'all doing?
We doing good. How are you doing on this Sunday?
I'm doing amazing, man. I was finna get the lotion, but I heard y'all needed me. So what happened, man?
Oh, what? So we're talking about
My name's
next week. We're talking about next week's matchup between you guys, Richmond Knights, and Southwood Panthers. How do you guys think you guys are going to do?
Bro, right now, we watching film right now. Them boys, offense real tight, real smooth. 5 wide receivers out with some big dicks on them. So I like that right there. But look,
Yo.
O-line real big, real strong. Hold their man down. Now look, I don't know. I think we should do amazing based on how we practice this week, man.
Okay.
Now, so we got the other coach, Southwood's head coach, Luxville. Do you have any words to say to him, or what?
Nah. I just want to have a good game. Make sure both our teams are playing fair. Keep everything, in between that field. No problems off field. You feel what I'm saying?
I feel that.
Same way to you, Coach. Same way to you.
Yeah.
Me personally, I feel like you guys should talk that smack.
Yo, Cat, what's your thoughts opinion on Southwood?
On Southwood?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, see, look, they got some real good players, right? But when niggas like y'all play Richmond, when niggas like Southwood play Richmond, it's like they don't become good no more. We like shutting niggas down. We like them seeing what they never seen before. A bunch of down faces looking down on that grad.
Yo, I like the confidence you had.
Hey, Coach, I got a question for you. I got a question for you.
Yes, sir. I'm listening.
All right. Seeing as your first game of the season was an away game, now that week 2 you're playing at home at your in front of home crowds, is there any added pressure from that scenery to your players, or y'all just gonna play the same way you always play?
No, we're gonna have to step up. Like you said, we at home. I want it's a homecoming. So it's like a first season opening for us at home. I want to show the fans what we've been building is a proud, good program ready to dominate anybody with dicks out and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I don't know what it is with bro and Dix, but I ain't gonna lie. Your athletic director has to talk to you because I don't know what's going on.
No. See, let me tell y'all something. On that football field, the man with the biggest dick wins. You understand me? And that's why I tell my players.
Yes, coach.
That's why we take Red Bulls and Rhino pills right before the game. All right?
Yes, coach.
I feel that.
Hey, we gonna have to look into that.
And that energy.
To that program.
Hold on. It doesn't help our play, so don't get to the program.
Whoa, I ain't gonna lie. Nah, actually, yo, can we get some staff? Yo, that's gonna have to get clipped and sent somewhere. Somebody has to see that from NUVSA and investigate that team because that's a crazy story.
Coach can't kick you with the players, bro.
That's a crazy story.
They fake. Don't believe that.
All right, whatever you say. All right.
So, Cap, I got another question. What's your thoughts and opinions on Lux coaching and how he coaches his team?
Nah, real tight, real smooth, real smooth program he got going on. No problem with his coaching. His teams, they go out there, play the game that he coaches, and they get the dub. That's all that matters, goddamn.
Yeah.
Tight.
Look though, he ain't me though. So like we want different levels. You know what I'm saying? I'm on tier 5. He's still on tier 2.
Nah, yo, Lux, what he
Hey, we still got Coach Lux on hold.
On pause.
Lux, how do you feel about that?
Hey, Coach, I respect your game, and I see that you respect my game low key. But if you really talk about tier system, I don't need a win of luck. My boys know how to get the job done with securing the bag. You don't gotta be wary and be hesitant to freak out in game thinking that, this is our only chance of scoring. Nah, we know the assignment. We get it done.
That right.
It's a big difference. It's a big difference when you're saying that we're at tier 5 when we were up 3 touchdowns and our defense only allowed 1 touchdown, and we accomplished our defensive goal with averaging 3 picks per the game. So I feel like my team is on a different type of caliber than yours. If we're really honest speaking.
Okay, I like that.
I see now. I ain't gonna lie.
How you feel, Cap?
Now look, y'all play Cahoon. I watch that film. Cahoon ain't got what we got. Cowboys in the trenches.
But look, let's not really talk about Calhoun.
Really dominate.
Calhoun on top.
I say this: they beat us in every scrimmage and every practice that we had. They beat us. That team was the only team that had a certain strategy that they used, along with IMG, that knew how to break my defense. But when it came to game time, all that practice that they was doing, it didn't show.
Window,
they got outplayed.
I like that. Now see, look.
Same thing with Jake intercepting the ball on one of their players' heads. Not not in the ear.
Oh
on
yeah.
their head.
Oh yeah.
Hey, media.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. Hey, media. Run that clip real quick, media.
Yeah.
Hey, run that clip real quick, media.
Okay. Because Sean's throwing the ball up to Aaron, and we know that Aaron is not a jump ball wide receiver. So I don't know what was going in. I think Sean just saw him too late. I don't know what happened. I just know I knew that Aaron wasn't coming.
Mind you, let's not forget. Actually, let's see if we can find that clip. But I ain't gonna lie, I was right there seeing that shit. Hey, I wasn't watching that shit from the stream, nigga. I'm on the field right next to where that shit happened. I'm looking at that shit as it's coming. Yo, Jake, you got that? Come here, right on top of his head. I'm not gonna lie. Yo, that leads to the next topic. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey,
highlight of the week.
Highlights of the week.
Highlights of the week. Who do y'all think was highlights of the week for real? That's what I want to know.
Man, I got that SRT catch on two halves.
I got that SRT catch too. I was down. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I got Josh play for game. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Definitely.
Come on,
clip of the week, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Fourth quarter, bro. Last play of the game to clutch the game, bro. I don't care what play. I don't care who didn't play this game.
I agree with Josh. I agree with Josh. That was a very clutch moment where his team needed the ball the most, and he got it and scored. So I agree with Josh.
One team face went down. Come on, man.
That's definitely clip of the week.
Can I give an underrated highlight of the week, in my opinion? From someone sitting on this very couch. Hey, Cam had one cold toe drag catch in that IMG game that he was playing.
Right. That right.
That boy just barely got his little big toe in the green to get that catch in.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about too.
Nah, there's no disrespect to Cam though. Cam was a great player. But at the end of the day, we're talking about
game-changing plays.
About plays that major game plays that was a major impact towards the team.
If we're talking about game-changing plays, then we definitely got to put Jake one up there.
As you can say, Cam was cooking that game, right? Cam was cooking that game, and it gave George the mentality to know that he has to put his team on his back, and he has to make sure that his team win this game, given that his coach is really, have high expectation for the players. Now, George being one of those players, he did change the game around and won that game for his team. I feel like that is the most beautiful thing that he ever did, and he knows his job and he executed really well, along with the old linemen blocking for their DB. So I feel like that was a great game, bro. I really feel like it should be George. The reason why I don't really say Cam as much because Cam gonna always step. So it's a difference. We gotta see something extravagant from Cam.
Yeah, that you don't see play like that happen every week or something like that. That's like rare, completely rare. Feel me? That's definitely clip of the week. I'm sorry.
Yo, it's so crazy. CSD, he didn't even know he caught the ball.
Yo,
nah.
Yo,
media, run that clip. Run that clip.
Media has to run that.
Run that clip.
Oh my.
Hey, you can even see from the person who was streaming the game. He went at a ball camp because he thought it was incomplete.
But let's not downplay SPT.
Hold on.
SPT played a hell of a game though.
The connection to the phone seems to be breaking. Cap, are you good?
Yeah. I'm good.
That boy outside.
Speaking of game-changing plays, like Dusky brought up, SRT. After being down 18-0 in the first quarter, the first pair of SRT touchdowns really changed the complexity of the game, and it got the defense to really lock in and not let up a single point the whole rest of the game.
I agree with you, though, Coach. What fueled the game is when he caught that 2-point conversion. Yes, that pass he caught before he made that touchdown. Remember, he caught it over those two DBs? That was a beautiful pass he caught. Beautiful. That was a straight, athletic, skillful catch. And then short after that, he kept the momentum up, and he put his brothers on his back. And you know what he did? He dragged that receiver, hit him with a him, with a special move, and scored. Right there, he pumped his whole offensive squad and defensive squad to where they were locking down like Dolo. He made a great read where he PPU'd the ball on, I believe it was Joey or either
I was
robber.
there for that
But
clip.
it was a
I was
beautiful.
there for that.
It was
I
a
was there for
beautiful.
that.
It was a beautiful play where he adjusted his body to make sure that he was able to lock that down, and it put Nehemiah offense right back on the field, giving them to score, making the game 14. It was
And a little bit
14-18
of
at the
you know
time.
what I'm saying, a little bit of defensive play calling. You feel me? I ain't gonna take too much credit. You know what I'm saying? Type shit.
Really well, what
Yeah.
you did though, coach, you did a great job because when you guys put 14 on the board, the game changed for you guys.
Then we got to also talk about this. What quarterbacks do y'all think really drives and plays that field general for their team in the league? Because Kira was a lot of he was definitely responsible for a lot of the plays that was made for Nehemiah to lead to that comeback. Because I was in the VC listening to him call out.
Yeah.
They were going down, knocking down every single time he called them out.
All right, so for
I'll
me,
say
like,
it's between Basics and Kerr.
yeah, for sure. Just the way they
Like,
go,
including TJ. The reason why I say those are my top three. I'm sorry to cut you off, Jay.
Go ahead.
What we have to respect about TJ's game, TJ is never going to give up. He might be frustrated with his teammates, but he's going to always have that one moment of a shine in every single game. Everyone knows that TJ is going to always outshine at least one time throughout that game if his whole time he's been doing bad. And when he shines, you better pray to God that don't be a beautiful rainbow because he will score. He will score. So when you have a playmaker like that, and then you also have someone like Kara who has great pocket awareness, you know, I feel like that's right there is just it's beautiful. But you also have Basics on the other hand where he has a great vision. So you know each one of those quarterback has an individual superpower that they have to where they makes them so unique on the field.
What's up, NUVSA? Welcome back. Sorry for the little commercial break, but we got a hot topic right again. Starting off with the Jewel scandal. Fellas, what do you guys think?
Shit. I mean, with the Jewel situation, I mean, it's like, I don't know. It could go both ways because potentially he could end up landing still at Duncanville, but not as a coach, depending on. It's just a league situation, honestly, because I don't know. It's a situation where you can understand where league owners and staff is coming from, but coming from the community wise and where everybody is basically asking is what do you guys believe is the true reason for why Jewel cannot play in the league? That's a good question.
As I was saying in that argument before, like I was saying basically, like I understood both like points. Like I feel like at the end of the day, like no matter how bad we try to stop it, people are going to be toxic. Like there's no stopping a toxic person, but I feel like George is not understanding like it's Lux League at the end of the day. No matter what you had in the past, I don't care what they had going on. It's Lux League at the end of the day, and you got to respect what he wants in his league. Like, you know, I feel like there's no respect when it comes to how Lux wants his league. I just feel like it's just a bad blood between both of them. They just don't want to admit it, you know?
Yeah, I think like the whole situation was a bit weird. I understand both sides, like you were saying, like, and to some extent, I agree with both sides. It's just my thing is like I was in the call. I was literally hearing Curzano try and offer the dude a spot, and he just kept talking over him. Mm-hmm. Like you had this spot, and he just kept talking over him and wouldn't let him talk. And then Epic came in saying he hired Irv.
Opportunity wasted. That's what I feel like.
Yeah.
It's a nice little opportunity here, just because he let his ego take over.
Yeah, people don't realize you don't have to be right. You can get what you want without being correct.
Like touching on what Basic said, just ego stuff, bro. And what Dusky said, at the end of the day, this is Lux's league, this is Lux's business. And it's down to his decision at the end of the day. It's like if they're reaching out to give you a spot, why are you still arguing? Why you just keep talking? Like they try, like Basic said, Wayne, well, some people know him, Curzano, was trying to give him a spot, was trying to get Epic to hire him, and was trying to give him the rundown, but he just couldn't listen. He was too busy trying to argue back and forth instead of listening to what people was telling him. Yep. I feel like it's a big thing. It's just egos and just not knowing when to like turn the ego off. Like there's times to have an ego and there's times when you just gotta sit, listen, absorb. You can have your own opinion on it, but you keep that to yourself. There's no point in keep forcing it on people.
Yeah. Yo, Cam, you
Yeah.
quiet. How you feel about it?
To be honest, I don't really know. The situation just all. I feel like I said, I feel like Demon Joe should have been had a job. I didn't get why he couldn't be able to coach. For me, everybody has an ego. Everybody. So that's they was saying. They was also saying that he was going to give people opportunities. I mean, I feel like all these teams in this league have big names on their team. They don't really give people opportunity. Only team that really does is Richmond and IMJ, if we're being honest. So I felt like Demon Joe should have been had a job, but that's just me. I don't know.
Speaking of
I'm gonna say,
all these
from personal
opinions,
experience, Nehemiah be giving up. You know what I'm saying? Chances.
speaking
The
of
new faces.
For sure.
Hey.
Go ahead, basic.
yeah. So speaking of all these opinions on Jules' situation, what do you guys think? Like just generally, just about the league. Like, where do you think? Like, I'm
This
gonna
is a
start this
great
off,
league.
and you guys
Alright.
tell me if I'm off a
Alright.
little bit.
Mhm.
I think
I love-
we got the people, and I think we got the ability to have a really really good league. And I think there's a lot of things that are really good about the league right now, as is. But I do think that as far as how the gameplay is, I think there's a lot of glitches and a lot of lag that needs to get fixed before we can transition from being
Yes.
just like looked down upon to like an actually really good league. Because I feel like a lot of teams right now can't play to how good they are because of all these glitches and lag. What do y'all think?
Yeah, like after week one was a week. It was just a week of like good. I say the games were just like entertaining to watch, but at the same time, like you never know the outcome of the game. It could have been a totally different outcome if like some balls wasn't laggy. Like I remember watching I forgot what the game, but I remember it was an IMG game. I seen cast on balls, ball with lag. Like it just like certain stuff like that changes the outcome of the game. So it's like it's up to the dev team now to step up because I feel like media stepped up, everybody else in every department really stepped up. But I just feel like right now it's the development team time to step up and focus on these glitches and get it fixed by week 2 because we can't be having this stuff going on till week 2. I honestly feel like if it's going on to week 2, then it's going to start getting bad.
I personally feel like in terms of execution, most definitely it's the execution with like maybe like the timing of when they implement certain things into the league or like how they do it or what they choose to, fix or not to fix and things like that. Like I feel like with the development team, they could be a little more attentive to what the community is asking for, much less than just like people just whining about it. Because there's some things that are actually issues, and there's some things that people are whining about. Like for example, with the PBU in the beginning of the season, like you see offense. Like at first, people were swearing that you weren't even going to be able to get a touchdown in the league, but now we see high scoring games and 20 what was the score of that last game, 22-20 or something like that. Like seeing teams actually score, so it's like was it really issue or were people just complaining? But there's actual things that are actual issues. But all in all, I feel like they've been doing the right things with the league. Well, especially with making sure that players eligibility and things like that. Like it's a different step in the road football community for sure. But it's only time. It'll only take time though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like I want players to know, especially from the league, is like try not. I don't know. Don't think that everybody just doesn't listen to y'all type shit. Like to be honest, we'll come up here and we'll talk about all the shit that we see in the chat, like with no filter. Like for me, like because at the end of the day, it's shit that needs to be said, and there's some shit that we feel like is a little unnecessary to be said. So.
And also, like, if you after y'all watch this video, leave type in the comments what y'all want to us to talk about. Me? Give us the ideas. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you guys want to talk, for me for sure. But I feel like we came to sum up. It was a good talk, y'all. You feel me? Thank y'all for popping out. On some real shit though, thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for watching. As a matter of fact, I appreciate all the boys coming out. You feel me? It's a late night right now, but we got this talking. Make sure y'all subscribe, like. We'll be back with another episode when we ever. Y'all know a good day.
Southwood next week, babe.
Southwood after week 2, we'll probably be back for another episode. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in, and welcome to
Crunch time.
Crunch time.
Later.